Howdy folks, I'm Cody at More Than Farmers, and tonight I'm going to be making hot chocolate for the children. Children like my hot chocolate better than Shelli's. But Shelli is the whipped cream ninja, so she is going to be showing you guys how to make perfect whipped cream every single time. And since we got the cream out anyways, we're going to show you the fastest and easiest way to make fresh butter too.
We're going to start by skimming our cream. And this is an important step in making whipped cream. We do not want to get any milk in with the cream or it's just not going to whip as good. And you also want to use milk that is at least a day or two old so that the cream has had time to get nice and thick and separate really well. That way you don't have as much of the milk in there. And I chose a bowl, a glass bowl, that is tall and doesn't have much surface area because you want your beaters to be able to fully submerge in that cream. So the next most important secret to my whip is to put the cream in its glass container into the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes. Honestly, I usually do it for 10 minutes because I like it to be really nice and cold, and that is going to make so that you get good whip every single time.
While that cream is chilling in the freezer, we're going to use the rest of the cream that we skimmed from the milk to make butter. Just as a side note here, this skim milk here will then be used to make yogurt. And if y'all want to see a video about that, let us know in the comments below.
Here is my Ninja blender. It is my all-time favorite way of making butter. I've used other blenders, I've used a KitchenAid. This makes the best butter, I feel. I have never yet had a flop with my Ninja. You just pour your cream into the blender bowl, and you do not ever want to fill it all the way to the top because butter is going to expand. Like, think whipped cream. It's going to go through the whipped cream stage on its way to butter. I usually fill it about a little over half full. I just turn it up like full speed, and sometimes you'll have to let it go longer than others. It all just depends on, I guess, what the cow is eating and things like that. So here we go. So this right here is like whipped cream stage. It's really thick. So that means that the butter will be ready very soon. The butter is done now. You can see in here that the butter has separated, like the grains have separated from the buttermilk. So now we are going to strain this. This is another trick that I love. I put a cotton flour sack towel into the strainer so that the butter doesn't go through the holes in the strainer. And I take my butter here and I just pour it into the strainer. And I'm just going to let that drain for a good little while. It takes a lot of the work out of it for me if I don't have to squeeze all that buttermilk out. This cream is nice and cold now, so we're gonna start whipping. And I never add my sweetener and vanilla until it is nice and stiff. We prefer to use stevia in our whip rather than maple syrup, but you can use whatever sweetener you like. And then a dash of vanilla, and then I just finish it out a little bit. All right, I think I'm gonna stop with that. I don't wanna make it too stiff or soon it will start making butter, and we don't want that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the whipped cream ninja. See what it does. I don't want to turn it all the way upside down. I don't want to dump it. But hey, that's the real stuff right there.
This butter has been draining for quite a while now. This is gonna seem weird maybe, but I'm first going to wash my hands with really hot water and then really cold water. This really helps the butter not to stick to your hands when you are kneading it. I don't know why. It's just someone gave me that tip and it works like magic. So I like to press the butter like this. See all that buttermilk that's coming out of there? Makes for a lot less kneading in the end. Once I have kneaded most of the buttermilk out, and then I salt it and finish kneading it. You want lots of salt so that it for sure keeps longer in the fridge. Okay, once I have kneaded most of the buttermilk out, and once the salt is all nice and kneaded in, I turn the water on to cold. You definitely want it as cold as you can get it. And I just wash it, knead it, and wash it some more. Once I no longer see any buttermilk when I'm squeezing, I wash it one more time. And now I'm going to dry this. I always like to dry it because water can carry bacteria. I try to separate them out into about 1 cup portions, and then I put them in a glass container and stick them in my freezer until I'm ready to use them. I make lots of butter, so I don't want it all to be in the fridge without being used right away, because homemade butter will go bad sooner, but if you wash it and salt it properly, it will last for quite some time.
All right, me and Tirza are gonna make the hot chocolate. Okay, go ahead, whipped cream ninja. Perfection in a cup.
The whip tastes better than the hot chocolate.
Yeah, right. But who makes the best hot chocolate?
You.
This delicious whipped cream and the butter that we made earlier came from our own cow, which is super fulfilling. And we did a video a while back about raising a calf to become a family milk cow. So check that one out right here.